everyone, today I'm here to do a tag video. So today's tag video is actually one that was made last year, and it's called the mid-year book Freakout tag, and I actually did this tag last year. So obviously, if you can tell by the title, this is all about like your mid-year update of the books you've read. So I love that this tag was created last year, and I love that I did it last year because it's like a refresher and it's just like a mid-year check-in to see how you're doing with your reading goals, because we all set our reading goals on Goodreads. Sometimes we accomplish that goal, sometimes we don't. There's been a couple years where I haven't accomplished that. That's whatever. So I love this tag. That I think that you can do it every year because you're going to have different answers because it's only about the books you've read this particular year. So if you want to check out last year's video, it'll be right here. Let's begin. Just for reference, I always like to say the books I've read so far this year have been 25, which I watched my video from last year and I was like 25 to 26 books as well. Isn't that weird? So question number 1 is best book you've read so far in 2016. And you know me, I just couldn't pick one because this year is a really good reading year for me. Like, I haven't read a lot of books, but a lot of the books I have read have been amazing. So I've picked 4 for you. 4 of my favorite books I've read this year. Of course, the first one was going to be A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Court of Thorns and Rose series. This should come as no surprise. My next favorite is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. This is book 1 of a part of her new series, The Dark Artifices. Another favorite from this year is The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Adahi. Pronounced that wrong. This is the second book in the Wrath and Dawn duologies. And my last favorite of this year is My Lady Jane by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. So those are the 4 that are my favorites. Of course, there are other favorites, but those are just the 4 I picked. Question number 2, best sequel you've read in 2016. So obviously, I've already showed you Mist and Fury. That's a sequel. The Rose and the Dagger is a sequel as well. Try to answer with new books and not the same old ones constantly. I'm picking The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the 4th and final book in the Raven cycle, and still have a lot of questions about it. I really love the book, but overall I felt like it left a lot more questions unanswered for me than I would like, but overall I really still liked it a lot. The next question is a new release you want to read but you yet haven't. And for this one, I'm not picking so much a new release book because there haven't been too many new releases out this month, I want to say, that I have yet to read. I'm usually pretty good on new releases, but there's one that came out in January, I want to say, and I still have yet to read it, but I've been meaning to read it. And that is The Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman. This has been forever in my TBR this year, and it keeps haunting at me. I think this will probably be the next book I pick up. Let's hope so. The next question is most anticipated release for the last half of the year. So I have 2 I'm picking. Of course, I'm going to pick Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is the first book, a part of her new series. It's like a spin on Alice in Wonderland, and this follows the Queen of Hearts, which sounds amazing. The second book is going to be the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series called Empire of Storms. I'm very excited for it. I have read Queen of Shadows this year, and it wasn't my all-time favorite because I had a lot of things I didn't love about that book, but I'm still looking forward so much to the 5th book, and hopefully some of my characters will be redeemed. Question number 5 is biggest disappointment. This one I'm choosing 2 books. The first one's going to be Lady Renegades by Rebel Belle. This is the 3rd and final book in the Rebel Belle trilogy. A couple years ago I read Rebel Belle and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun, very kind of like satire-y with a female, protagonist that kicks butt and is sassy. I really enjoyed it. Then the second book came out. I didn't really like it that much, and I thought the 3rd one was going to redeem itself. I'm like, I'll just wait, the 3rd one's probably going to be really good, it'll exceed all my expectations, and it came out, and I didn't really enjoy it. I felt like it was very short. It's a very short novel. That's a short book for the last book. Like, that's nothing. It really wowed me. I didn't really feel, like, happy after I read it. I was just really disappointed with it, if I'm honest, and that's how it goes sometimes. Not every book you read is going to be the best book ever. Some books you read are just going to be like, it was okay. And the second book I chose for biggest disappointment was Summer Days and Summer Nights, and this is 12 short stories edited by Stephanie Perkins. I was so looking forward to this book because I loved My True Love Gave to Me, which was like the winter anthology, and this one just really fell short for me. I couldn't finish a lot of the stories in it. They were just downright confusing, and I just didn't love it overall, and I was very disappointed that I didn't love it, and I didn't like it at all, really, but that's how the cookie crumbles. Question number 6 is biggest surprise. So this year I've kind of branched out of reading. I think sometimes we all get stuck under the YA umbrella and it's hard to get out of your comfort zone. And I know I'm older. I'm almost going to turn 28 this year, which is depressing me more than you, trust me, but a lot of times with my age, I feel like I need to read more adult books, and I need to. But, so I branched out this year, and I have read a couple more adult books. I'm happy about that. But one book I read this year that was really branching out for me was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This is an adult, like, thriller novel. I don't read thriller novels at all. I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to anything, like, remotely scary, and I decided, you know, I'm going to try and test the waters, and I was generally surprised of how much I love this book. I thought it was great. It's got a lot of mixed reviews, but for someone that doesn't read a lot of thrillers, I thought it was awesome. So it's definitely, it wins the biggest surprise category in my book. Question number 7 is favorite new author or new to you, and I have two that I'm going to be picking. The first one's going to be Susan Denard, the author of Truth Witch. She is new to me, and I really liked her first book. I wasn't like overly in love with it, but I still really feel like she's a great author that's new to me, and I really enjoyed the friendship in this book and like the sisterhood vibe of it. So I really like her. She's new to me this year. And the second author that again is new to me but has been around for a while, and I was just literally living under a rock, I suppose, that is Liane Moriarty. I have read 2 of her books this year. I have read What Alice Forgot as well as Big Little Lies, and I need to read more of her this year. She has that great mystery. Well, she's just a great adult author, and this one's about a girl that has amnesia and wakes up, and this is like a more funnier one, Big Little Lies. It's got a little bit of mystery into it, but I really need to read My Husband's Secret because I heard that's like the best one of hers. But yeah, I really like to enjoy her, and I'm glad I discovered her, or finally, you know, came out from under my rock this year. Question number 8 is newest fictional crush, and that could be literally anybody. You can pick Reese from Mist and Fury, you can pick somebody from Unexpected Everything, you can pick somebody from Truth Witch. Any book I've read becomes a fictional crush, which is a good and bad thing, you know. So many crushes, so little time. Question number 9 is newest favorite character. So for this one, I'm going to go with 2 from Truth Witch. I really love Safi and Isolde. Like I said, I really like this book. I didn't love it, but I love the characters in it. Safi and Isolde, I pronounced that wrong, I apologize, have a great friendship, great sisterhood bond that was so refreshing to read. And this didn't have like the overly love, because sometimes YA books have you know, a huge abundance of love, which I don't hate, but sometimes I wish it wasn't so abundant in it. And this one has a little, like, it's in the back, it's not in the forefront, it's more in the back a little bit. So primarily this book is all about a sisterhood and friendship. So I love them, I think they're great, and they're my new favorite characters for sure. They're awesome. Question number 10 is book that made you cry. No books that made me cry this year. I haven't read any that have really sent me to tears, so sorry to say, but really I'm not sorry, because I don't like crying. Who really does? Question number 11 is book that made you happy. For this one, I'm going to go with The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This book just made me smile literally from ear to ear. It was so cute, so adorable. I loved it so very much. Question number 12 is favorite book to movie adaptation you saw this year, and I've actually still only seen one, but I still think it would probably be my favorite. And of course, it's going to be Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I thought the movie did a great job as an adaptation. That was amazing. I thought the casting was spot on. I thought the tone of the movie was great. I feel like it really captured this book, so I think it was a great book to movie adaptation, like one of the better ones, because let's face it, there have been some really bad ones lately, and very cringeworthy. Question number 13 is favorite review you've written for this year. For BookTube, it's favorite video you've done so far this year. And for this year, I feel like I've really done a lot better with doing BookTube, and I've really strived to do that, because last year was it was a hard year for me. I had a new baby, I was trying to learn schedules and all that other stuff. This year, I'm finally getting back into my groove and know what I can accomplish and what I can't. So I feel like I have put a lot better content out this year. And a couple of my favorite videos that I've done are the 25 bookish facts about me. I loved how I did little skits in there, which I don't do too often. They're probably not the best, but I really liked filming that, as well as my how to get out of a reading slump. I kind of put a couple skits in there as well. And I also love my introduction of the Let's Chat videos. So every couple weeks or so, I will pick a different category and just literally sit down and talk to you guys about it. And so far, some of those have been my favorite to film, because I just think they're fun. And yeah, you let me know, what have been some of your favorite videos you've seen from me this year? Have I done better with my content? Have I done worse? You know, I'm always open to constructive criticism, as long as it's not like super mean. Just keep that in comment. I don't mind constructive criticism. I think it's better. I think it helps me grow. But the content in this channel, have you not? Just comment and let me know. Question number 14 is most beautiful book you've bought or received this year, and I actually received this as a Mother's Day present from my amazing husband, and it's the Harry Potter The Creature Vaults. This is literally what it says about all the creatures, and it is beautiful. Not that it's kind of scary, but it's creatures in it, but still, it's beautiful. Look at that. So pretty. I've already skimmed through it and read a lot of it, and it's just beautiful. I'm excited. I need to get all these books. I feel like they just keep making these books and making you spend lots of money on it. And the last question is, what books do you need to finish or read by the end of the year? And I don't have a really strict schedule with reading, you know. After last year, all my expectations of reading kind of flew out the window. So, you know, I'm just more of a go with the flow. If I go for it, I'm not. The only one I am really expecting, like, forcing myself, it's not really forcing, you know, I want to do it, is finish rereading the Harry Potter series. And I'm actually doing well with that because I just decided to listen to them on audio, and that has been amazing. So I just started the Deathly Hallows, so after this, I'll be done. And that's the only really like goal I really would like to see myself finish, because I've been saying that for like the past 3 years, but that's my only strict one. Other than that, you know, it's it happens, it doesn't, it doesn't. So that was the mid-year book freakout tag. I hope you guys like this check-in of how I'm doing this year. I feel like this year has been one of my better reading years. I've read a lot of amazing books this year. I haven't read a ton, but I've read a lot of amazing ones. So this year is all about quality over quantity for me. So if I read 10 quality books, that's amazing, instead of reading 50 books. That's my whole goal for this year, and I think I'm doing awesome at it, and I'm pretty happy with it. If you guys want to see what books I've exactly read this year, I'll leave the link down in my Goodreads. You can see what books I've read this year, and maybe you've read some of the same ones, but let me know how you're doing this year. Are you guys doing good with your reading goals? Are you doing not so good? You know, it's okay. We have 6 more months to trudge on through, finish our goals, and to do amazing. And remember, it's okay if you don't do so amazing at the end of the year. If you read it all, that's awesome. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, please let me know down in the comments what you've read, how you're doing, and all that jazz. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.